The full manga of One Piece chapter 1159 is titled, The Army of Fate. The story begins by going back 39 years. At that time, chaos broke out on Ginnezu Island, where pirates discovered Don Maro's body. They admitted that they had failed to protect her. Shortly afterward, Locke and the people of Ginnezu learned that their Shaki had been kidnapped. The incident had happened only a few hours earlier. We then see Wang Ji counting money with sparkling eyes, while Galioza and the pirates are crying over Shaki's abduction. Upon hearing the news, Roger angrily tore up the newspaper and shouted, "Great job, you idiot, what the hell were you doing?" Meanwhile, Lily was completely confused and unaware of what had happened. It was narrated that when Shaki disappeared, there were no witnesses at all. The pirates trembled with rage, and news of Shaki spread across the entire world. People everywhere were devastated, even Rayleigh was affected. It was even said that the global economy came to a standstill for several weeks. The scene then shifts to God Valley 1 year after the incident. When Garling returned there once again, a red-haired woman was overjoyed to see him and said she knew he would come back. "These are Champion Locke and Shanks. This is their father," she said. Garling replied that they were adorable twins. The red-haired woman insisted that they were his children and begged him to stay with her there. Garling responded that if he had to stay anywhere, it would not be this place, because the island was about to be erased. The woman was confused by what he meant. At that moment, a massive fleet of warships could be seen heading toward God Valley. Garling continued, saying that he had already chosen a wife worthy of him, and if he won the upcoming competition, he would take her as his own. After finishing his words, Garling stabbed the woman with his sword, causing her to collapse, and ordered the Marines to begin preparations. Soon after, the Marines docked near God Valley. The citizens were confused and wondered why the Marines had come, questioning whether a criminal was hiding there. They were told to hurry and take their children back inside. Orders were given to use tranquilizer darts and arrest anyone who did not resist. At that time, Monkey D. Dragon asked the Marine commander what the objective of this operation was. The commander replied that Dragon would need another 10 years of training before he was qualified to ask such a question. Someone then asked who Diodon was, and another soldier apologized, saying he had not been trained to have that level of discipline. The townspeople were then shot with tranquilizers, and a warning was issued, "Do not resist, and we will not harm you." Some citizens tried to flee. Dragon still wondered who these people really were, but another soldier told him not to think about it and to focus on the mission, saying they did not need his opinion. Dragon thought to himself that it was fine, this was not killing them. After all, Dragon then said that if the people allowed themselves to be captured, he would not fire at them. However, the citizens resisted, and Dragon opened fire. A loud announcement followed, stating that gas explosives were now being used. The scene then shifts to the slave trade storyline. At that time, Ginny appeared to be secretly listening in and stealing something from the ship's communications room. It seemed that Ginny and Ivankov were trying to spread this information to the outside world. However, some of the slaves warned that such actions would put all of them in danger. The next day, he shouted at the students, "You idiots, we're all going to die. Do you even know where this ship is heading? Do you really think fate is going to save people who don't know how to fight for themselves?" At that moment, Teacher Mind was sitting there smiling, because he immediately recognized those voices. The scene then cuts to the Cypher Pol office. Morgan had gone there, and the officers asked, "What is it this time?" Morgan replied, "Stop playing dumb. You should be paying me to keep my mouth shut." The officers were puzzled about how a local newspaper had obtained such information and warned him that he could be erased at any moment. Morgan responded, "Go ahead and try. I'll do everything I can to make sure this information gets leaked." The story then returns to Hoshinosu Island, where the Rocks pirates had learned that Shaki was being held at God Valley. Wang Ji began sweating and said the source sounded extremely suspicious. However, Rocks stated that the information had leaked from a marine unit, so it was completely reliable. They're going to use her as a prize in their game. Whitebeard was shocked, as he had thought human hunting was something only he did. Big Mom then added that there also seemed to be devil fruits involved. "Kaido, you want a devil fruit too, don't you? This one would be perfect for your kid." Rocks then announced that they would head to God Valley to rescue Shaki. At the same time, the Roger pirates decided to go as well. Roger said they had to arrive before Rocks, and Garling, unaware that Roger was also heading there, rushed toward God Valley himself. Soon after, Harren's transport ship blocked the Rock's pirates' path. Harren explained that he had been ordered to stop anyone trying to rescue that woman. You know, attacking small ships like this isn't. He then pointed out the world government escort ships nearby. Rox replied, "Are you trying to earn merit points to become the world government's ally? You're underestimating us. In the end, you're just going to let the world government sit back and watch us fight each other. You're just a madman trying to save Ibao. That's all. So what? Are we not even going to talk this out?" Jiki was furious when Rox and Harren suddenly started drinking together. After that, Rox revealed something he had never told his crew. He carried a hidden name. His real name was Davy DC Brake. Harren was shocked. Rox continued, explaining that the world government had been trying to erase that family name for generations. Because their ancestor was the legendary pirate Davy DC Brake, that was why they had lived in the shadows to survive. He then said that he didn't know whether it was good luck or bad luck. But his children had been born 2 years earlier. Fearing they would be harmed, he had sent them back to his homeland. Harren asked why Rox would reveal such a weakness. Rox replied that his homeland was God Valley. Harren was stunned and said that the world government was trying to lure him there. Rox disagreed, saying that God Valley was now filled with celestial dragons, who definitely did not want him to go there. From their perspective, this was a miscalculation. He felt as if something was pulling him there, as though it were his fate. They had made a mistake by kidnapping Shaki. As long as his wife and children could escape, he would accept any outcome. Looks like luck isn't on my side. Harren, can you help me? Harren answered calmly, I refuse. Rox replied, I figured, then let's fight. However, Harren then ordered everyone to stop, and a fire broke out on Harren's ship. It was then explained that every 3 years, the celestial dragons choose a country not affiliated with the world government. Usually one rich in resources. They conduct human hunts and slaughter the native population. On the day the event takes place, many devil fruits are offered as prizes. There was also a legend about a peaceful king, in the Grand Line, who never truly existed. She was a former empress who lived there and was praised as the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name was Shakuyaku. Whether she would become a wife or a slave depended on the outcome. At that moment, the celestial dragon's eyes lit up. Smirt won the game. Bring her into the Gokka family. One of them said. Smirt refused, declaring that he would make her his slave. Garling countered, saying she would become his wife instead, telling Smirt to forget it. Another person suggested that if she joined them, they might win the prize this time. Meanwhile, Dragon encountered a severely injured red-haired woman. She begged him, please, take my children off this island. Don't let them stay in the city of those monsters. In another scene, Blackbeard's mother told the young Blackbeard that he had to survive no matter what. In the final reveal, it was announced that this competition was special. It was not just a pirate hunt. After 800 years, the Davy family had finally been discovered. The chapter ends with a message stating that One Piece will be on break next week. That concludes the full story covered in this video. If you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future updates. Thank you for watching.